Bill McIntosh teaches AI non-stop. Success is his game, marketing's his fame. McIntosh, the marketing ace, follow his lead to the winning place. With AI become a spin, join him now, learn to win. Learn his way, don't delay. If you do, you'll make your fortune today.
Hey, welcome to the show. And despite some technical difficulties, we're here. So hello, and I'm glad you're here with me. So do me a favor, check in with the chat. You should see running alongside this stream, and give me a big hello or a howdy or however you want to greet me. Let me know that I am indeed live, and we will kick things off. Of course, I am here joined by producer Nick, who's in the background helping me with chat and helping manage your questions today. And of course, this is our regular weekly show where I'm here to help you build, grow, and expand as an entrepreneur. And that is my mission in life, which is to help as many entrepreneurs as possible to set up, grow, and expand their businesses, because I think that's the biggest change that I can help make in the world. And so that is my mission. And so that's what these shows are all about. I'm here every Wednesday, usually at 2 p.m. Pacific. And we do these shows, and I bring some content to help you with your business. And today we have a couple of things we're going to be talking about, including how do you pick a niche market? It's probably the top question that I get from people who are newer entrepreneurs trying to start their first business. Just don't know what to start, what niche to go into, what kind of products to sell. And there's a lot of different opinions about this. And I'm actually going to share one that is over 1,000 years old, believe it or not, which will help you pick your niche market. And that is one of the topics we're going to cover today. And then the other one is, what are 3 ways that you can get a quick win like that to actually bring some new customers in without spending a fortune on advertising? So we're going to cover that. And then we're going to talk about the 5-day challenge that I have coming up. It literally starts tomorrow. And we're going to chat a little bit about that and some of the strategies that we'll be covering there. And that's all about how to use AI combined with some tried and true 105-year-old business strategies, relatively new compared to the 1,000-year-old niche marketing method I'm going to teach. So awesome, and all good. And then producer Nick, is my audio in sync with my mouth? I know we were having issues earlier where I was looking like I was dubbed in from an old martial arts movie, but
I think you look better. I guess if I'm not picking it up, I guess anyone who's watching, let us know. Does Bill look out of sync? Does he look like an old 20s, 30s movie?
Yeah, hopefully I don't look like I'm speaking Japanese and I've been dubbed into English. That's okay. No? Okay, yeah. Good. Okay, fantastic. Well then,
trying to put the camera in 4K, and that's a consequence. It knocked your audio out of sync.
Yes. So we either get like high def, and I get to have my mouth in sync with my audio, or we can go 4K with a little delay. That seems to be the choice. All right. Well, that is our agenda for the show today. And I do want to do a quick little plug, by the way, for our 5-day challenge. And then we're going to dive into today's 2 topics. And those of you who were with me last week heard me talk about these little books. So these little booklets, just to recap that for those who might have missed it, were something that a guy did about 105 years ago is when he started doing it. And he would publish these little blue booklets and then sell them. And imagine this. This is like an early version of a modern info product. So he'd create these little booklets, and then he would sell them. And he would sell them using like direct mail and advertising in newspapers and like very old school kind of marketing and advertising. That's what he had 105 years ago. And he created an empire and sold 500 million books. So you have to think about that. That's in today's modern economy, that's the equivalent of selling over 1 billion books in today's environment. And he did this without all of the stuff that we have. And so what I'm doing in this challenge is I'm adapting, and here's a book about him called The First 100 Million. Guy's name was E. Haldeman Julius. And I'm doing this challenge, and it's based a lot on some of his strategies, but it's updated for AI. So using AI in the modern age. And there's a few other little tricks that I'm going to be teaching during this challenge. But the idea is, how do we create a business today like he did 105 years ago? But how do we do it fast, like that? How do we lightning fast get up a business, get it launched, and start to get some sales coming in quickly using his strategies? But because of the modern technology and AI, how do we do it fast? And so that's what I'm teaching in the 5-day challenge. And so if you decide to join me, and when you join me, we're going to be starting tomorrow. So this little offer to be able to get in the challenge is ending tonight. So tonight at midnight, that's it. The doors are going to close. The challenge starts tomorrow. And then I will be spending 5 days with everyone to teach those strategies, and more importantly, help you and mentor you with implementation. So that's what I have coming up over the coming 5 days. And so those of you who haven't yet joined, this is the last call. If you want to get into the challenge, it literally starts tomorrow. So you can't just keep waiting and thinking about it. And then starting tomorrow, we'll spend 5 days together. And we're going to start with, how do you pick a niche market? How do you pick a course topic? How do you figure out what to put in that course? How do you sell it? How do you create sales copy? How do you write your emails to sell that stuff? And a lot more. So it's literally everything that goes into getting a complete business ready and launched in 5 days. And so that will be the topic. And it's based largely on what we do in my automation software, right? So many of you know we have an automation platform called PushButton AI that automates all of that. It does it all hands-free. The AI just does it all. But what I'm teaching over the challenge is kind of what goes on under the hood, all of the different things that our AI system is doing behind the scenes to build courses, to build websites, to write sales pages. And then I'm going to teach you how to use tools like ChatGPT and others to do it yourself. That is basically the topic. So if the PushButton AI software is kind of out of your budget, or you're not ready to make a significant investment today, then the challenge is a good alternative where you can actually learn the strategies of how to do that stuff yourself. And I put a link in the chat. Producer Nick, if you could pop it back out there again. But if you go to pushbutton.ai/challenge, you can get involved with that. So I want to do a quick plug for that, knowing that it's closing down and this is the final chance people have to join it. So you can go check that out. And then after the broadcast, you can jump in there. And I look forward to spending some time with all the people in the challenge. And by the way, who's already in the challenge? Speak up in the chat. Let me know who's already in the challenge right now. Give me a me. Okay. Cool. Already. All right. Awesome. So there's one there. Okay. There we go. There's another one. There's another one. Okay. Good. There's another one. Good. And there's one, and then there's Leo, there's Dave, there's Lauren, Daryl. Okay, good. A lot of you. Okay, good. Having fun showing off everybody's comments, but good. Well, I'm glad for those of you who have joined me, we will be starting tomorrow. And one little thing I want to mention. So I've been in a little bit of a dilemma, because when we planned this, I did not think about Super Bowl weekend. And I've had a lot of people who signed up, they joined the challenge, and they're like, I can't attend during the weekend. I'm going to my dad's place to watch football. I've got commitments. I paid for the Super Bowl party thing. Like, I'm having all these people that are like unhappy because we're doing it over the weekend. And so what I decided to do, we surveyed everyone, by the way. You should have gotten calls from my team. And we've been surveying everyone and asked everyone, do we start on time on Thursday, or do we postpone it a little bit and start on Monday so that everyone could have the weekend to enjoy their weekend and then get back at it on Monday? And it was really split. So we had some people that insisted on, no, we should start on time. This was the scheduled time. We should start on time. And I certainly appreciate that. And we had more than half of the people say, no, wait and start until Monday. And some people had a very strong opinion about this. So what I decided to do, just for those of you who are in the challenge and those who might be joining at the last minute, we are going to start on time. We will start tomorrow. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to take a break over the weekend. So Saturday, Sunday, we'll take a break. I will leave the replays up for the first 2 days all weekend long. And then it'll kind of give everybody time to do all of your lessons, because you're going to have lessons and action steps on the first and second days. And you'll have all weekend to get all that stuff done and get caught up. And then we'll pick it back up and continue on Monday. So I felt like that was a good compromise for everybody's request. So I was trying to make everyone happy. Hopefully that does it. But that's our plan. So we're actually starting tomorrow, and then you'll have action items to do tomorrow and action items to do the next day. We'll take a short break. I'll leave the replays and all the exercises and everything up for you to do over the weekend. And then again, we'll just pick it right back up on Monday. So that's the approach I decided. And hopefully that makes most of you happy, I hope. Can't please everyone, but I hope that does makes the most people happy. So there you go. Last call, jump in, pushbutton.ai/challenge, and that will get you in so you can be part of that experience. Cool. Okay. I see a lot of people happy with that. Good. Yeah. That way, I didn't want to set people up for failure. So if they get excited, they get started, and then they got a commitment, or they don't want to give up some time with their family or their friends for commitments that they made over this particular weekend. And then they fall behind and then they don't succeed. And I didn't want that to happen. So, okay, cool. Well, then we're going to get on with today's show. And in it, we're going to be talking about first, how to pick your own multi-million-dollar niche. And I have a really different spin on it. So we're going to dive into the content. And if you're new to the show, by the way, make sure that you like and subscribe. That way you can be notified of future episodes, future shows that we do. So the subscription button should be somewhere down below the video. And if you do get value out of today's content, at some point, I would appreciate a like on the video so that we tell the YouTube algorithm that it's good stuff and they can share it with others. So it'll really help the channel. And yeah, so we're going to be talking about an unconventional way to pick your niche market. And I know some people will tell you that you should pick a niche market because of the maximum profitability. Some people will tell you to pick a niche market because it's small, like, oh, no competition. You want a low competition niche. Other people will tell you should go for your passion and you should only sell something that you know something about. Well, the answer is none of those things. It's actually none of them and all of them at once. And so I'll explain as we dive into today's content. And when I do my content, I am recording it for other kinds of materials. So we're going to be recording this live broadcast, and then we're going to be reusing these materials for blog posts, Twitter posts, stuff on Facebook, and future lessons and trainings, all this kind of stuff. So you might hear me do retakes. You might hear me make notes for my video editor, things like that. So just so you know, while you're here with me during the live shows, you get to be part of me recording this content. And then the extra benefit to you is we do live Q&A on each topic. So we'll do the topic, then we'll do live Q&A on that topic, and only you, the live audience, gets to be involved with that. So, and then after we cover the agenda for the day, I'm going to kick it open to Ask Me Anything. And my goal is to help you with any entrepreneurial, marketing, sales, internet business questions that you might have. And that way I can help you in any way that you need help to keep moving forward. It is that relentless drive to move forward is what will keep you winning and make sure that you become successful. So I want to help you have that and keep on going. Okay, so now I need to get my teleprompter ready and we will begin. Okay. Okay, there we go. And by the way, I see somebody asking a question about a program they signed up for, needing some support. So before, I'm just about to start recording, but I want to just quickly answer that. If you need support for any reason with any of my programs, software, training, whatever, you can always just open up an email and we're just a single send away. Just open up an email and send it to help@pushbutton.ai. That's help@pushbutton.ai. So if you're stuck or you need some help, you need a question answered, customer service, whatever it might be, just an email away. And that will go right to my dedicated support staff. And they'll help you as rapidly and efficiently as they can. Okay, cool. All right. So now what we're going to do is we are going to get started. Okay, here we go. Here we go. If you aren't sure how to pick a niche market, or you're not sure if you picked the right one because maybe you're not making as much money as you'd like, then you're going to want to watch this video all the way to the end, because I will show you exactly how to pick the most profitable niche market for your business. And I'm going to do it using a 1,000-year-old Japanese philosophy. And believe it or not, if you follow my step-by-step guidance, you'll find this 1,000-year-old technology works today in a modern internet business. And if you do it correctly, you will find the perfect niche market that will make you the maximum amount of profit. And more importantly, it will ensure that you have success. Because I can hand you a niche market that might be great for me, but it might be terrible for you. Or you may get an opinion from someone who says, oh, you should go into such and such niche market. It's so profitable, but it's the wrong market for you. So we're going to find out how you use this 1,000-year-old Japanese philosophy that will help you identify the most lucrative business niche that you could possibly be in. Because you see, picking a random niche without a lot of thought can lead to wasted time and money. And you may not have the skills, the passion, or the vision to stick with just any old niche market. And you should know that if you want to be successful as an entrepreneur, you need to be in it for the long haul. So what ends up happening is people pick the wrong niches, even if they're somewhat profitable, and eventually they jump ship and they hop from one niche market to the other niche market, one after the other, and then none of them work out. So the solution is applying a framework called Ikigai. And Ikigai is a Japanese concept that refers to someone's passion, that thing that gives you joy and meaning in your life. Specifically, it's where the intersection, where four things, I don't have four sets of hands, but there we go, where four things intersect and come together is how you find the perfect niche market. Because it's not just all about passion either. In fact, you can be in a market that you're not passionate about when you follow these steps and do them properly. But let me explain. What you're going to do is we're going to take a look and you're going to see, number one, what are you good at? Number two, what do you actually enjoy doing? Number three is, what does the world need right now? Number four, finally, is what can you get paid to do? Now, imagine if you could have all four of those things in one business. That's the dream, right? So don't we all want to make money doing what we love? That's what I'm doing today, and I enjoy it. I love making a difference in the lives of entrepreneurs and in their businesses. And because of that, I can work hard. I can enjoy what I do, even when I'm facing adversity. So let me show you, I'm going to show you a visual representation of Ikigai. So it makes a little more sense. Instead of me just describing it, let me show you. So I'm going to get screen sharing set up here. I forgot to get my screen share going. We'll do the whole screen and we'll do, there we go. And then I'll pull it around here. Here we go. So this is the visual representation of Ikigai. So you have here in the top circle, what you love. Okay. Then you have over here on the left, what you're good at. Then on the bottom, what you can be paid for. And then finally over here, it's what the world needs. And it's by trying to find this perfect spot in the middle is how you pick the perfect niche market. Now, in Japanese philosophy and in Japanese culture, they talk about this middle spot being the ideal place to have a career. But actually, it really fits even better to the perfect niche, the perfect topic for your business, the perfect topic for your courses and so forth. Now, I want to make sure it's clear. I'm not saying you have to go into a market that you're in love with, but it's where you balance these things together. Because if there's a market that you just absolutely love to do, or you love to teach, or you know a lot about, but there's no need for it and people aren't willing to pay for it, you're going to find a troublesome experience in trying to build that business. I've seen people do it. They start out passionate, excited, they're ready to go, and that passion fades as they start to stack up losses because they can't sell the product that they want to sell or the training or the course that they're trying to sell. Eventually they get frustrated and they come away bitter at the end. And the other side of this coin is if you go after only something that people are willing to pay you for, right? What you can be paid for, and you just surf the latest trend, you can get paid a lot of money, but it feels hollow. And I can tell you this from personal experiences in niches I've been in the past where I've been in wildly lucrative niche markets, and I just kept finding myself wanting not to work. I didn't have the passion. The money was great, but that lasts only so long. And after you've been doing it a year, 2 years, you start to lose interest. And I literally have closed $1 million businesses because of this. And, and it didn't happen overnight. It wasn't a thing where I one day decided, oh, you know what? I'm not passionate about this. I want to close it. It was often because other things catch my attention. Something I'm more interested in would catch my attention. Something that I was more passionate about or other things. And then I was spending less and less and less time on that business. And it began to shrink because of that. Then eventually I looked at it and said, you know what? Enough. And then I closed the business and moved on to something else. But there's an example of picking just when you consider just one of those 4 points of Ikigai. Okay. So how do we apply this Japanese philosophy to finding your niche market, right? How do we help you find your business using Ikigai? Now, we want to find the most profitable niche markets that are tailored to you and who you are. And when your niche aligns with the 4 elements of Ikigai, you gain purpose, prosperity, and satisfaction. So Ikigai gives you a strategic model to uncover money-making niche ideas that will also fulfill you as a person. And to figure out what niche market to go into, we're going to stop by each of the 4 Ikigai circles that I showed you on the screen. And we're going to actually make a list together. So what you want to do first is take a look at circle number 1 here. That's what you're good at. So we're all good at something. Maybe you're a great designer, or you're good at writing or playing the piano, or it's something to do with your career that maybe you're really skilled at. Or it could be a hobby. It could be just about anything in life that you could be skilled at. Are you a good father? I consider myself a good father. So is that something that you are skilled at? So there's all kinds of things that you could be good at. And sometimes you might not even realize you're good at them. Sometimes people might tell you you're really good at something and you never even thought about it before. So for this circle, you want to write down at least 10 things that you are good at. So spend some time, write down 10 things that you're good at. If you can't think of anything, ask yourself a couple of questions. You can just think, what do people say? What do they tell you you're good at? Even if maybe you feel a little self-conscious and you maybe not totally agree with them, but what do people tell you you're good at? And put that on the list. Next, what things do you look back on and say, I'm proud of that? So are there things in life that you have accomplished that you're proud of? Well, those are things you should put on the list. So write down a list of everything you know for a fact that you're good at or that you've been told you're good at. It can be skills, games, projects, anything you've done in the past. Then move on to circle number 2, and that's what you enjoy doing. And what do you love doing? You can figure that out by asking yourself a couple of questions. First, what could you talk about nonstop for an hour? So if you had to sit down and talk to somebody for an hour, what is a topic that you could just talk and talk and talk because you enjoy it and you like talking about it? Question 2, if you had an entirely free day with no obligations, how would you choose to spend it? What activities would sound enjoyable? So if you had the day off from work, no family obligations, you were free to do anything you want, what are some activities that you would pick to do? 3, if you won the lottery tomorrow and money was no object, what would your dream job be? So think about it and write down 10 things that you love doing. And then circle 3, which is what the world needs. So we're going to write down 10 things that the world is looking for right now. The most profitable businesses work because they solve problems that people want solved, or they help people achieve goals that they want to achieve. So these must be things that people are willing to pay for, and they're willing to pay for it. And you know that because it's happening in the marketplace already. There's proof that people are paying for it. So think about what is causing people's problems. And there are tools out there. So there's a tool, it's a site called Answer the Public. You can go there to dig and find out what questions people are asking. There's also a site called Quora. You can look as well if you're not familiar with how to, of problems that you might be able to put on this list. But go to those places and take a look at the questions that people are asking, kind of relevant to the topics you've been looking at. And then finally, we have circle 4. And that is, what can you get paid for? Okay. So now we need to figure out what you can be paid for. And this is where I talked just a little earlier about proof. So the first one is what the world needs. So those are the questions they're asking, the problems they're trying to get solved, the goals they're trying to achieve. And now we want to look and see which of these things can we actually get paid for. Because truth is, money flows towards attention. So if you can get people's attention, you can get paid. And one way to tell what people are paying attention to is with keyword tools. So you can use tools like Mangools. I've talked about Mangools on the show before, and that's a weird sounding tool. Just Mangools, Gools, Mangools, and look around, and you can see what search terms are grabbing people's attention. The higher the search volume, the more this topic has people's attention. So after doing some research, write down at least 10 things that you can get paid money to do. Now, one thing I want to mention as well is there's another thing that you can do to find this, and that's with just doing good old-fashioned research. You go search Google and you go look and see, are people already selling solutions to the problems and things that'll help people achieve their goal? Don't be afraid of competition, especially for this exercise. Just take a look and see, are people already selling these things successfully? And that will help give you a clue as to whether or not people are willing to pay money for it, right? Pretty self-explanatory. So now, after writing down your answers to all 4 of these Ikigai circles, you should be looking for where there is overlap, okay? The overlap would be a niche market that you're good at, number 1. 2, that you love to do. 3, that the world needs. And finally, 4, it gets you paid. When you can find the magic combination of all 4, you've got it. Now, you may not find the perfect one. There maybe isn't a match where you just absolutely love it and you're an expert at it. And so it's a little bit of a gray. It's not black and white. It's gray. So if you have the best, you find the niche on your list that is the best combination of those things, okay? Obviously, an important one is it's something that people have to be willing to be paid for. If you're picking it as a niche market to build a business on, people need to be willing to pay for it. But the rest is kind of a gray area. And so you can take a blend. It might be something that you're just kind of you're interested in it. You don't absolutely love it, but you're really good at it. You don't hate it. You don't despise it. you're good at it, that might be enough, especially if you find out people need it and they're willing to pay for it. Okay. So it's by a balance of striking a balance between these four things. It's in the overlap of these concepts is where your perfect niche market is. And that's if you found your ikigai on the first try. Truth is, finding your ikigai is a lifelong process of experimentation and research, right? So you're going to do your best, and it's going to guide you. Think of it like a compass to guide you on your niche selection journey. And so if you can come out of this video and you haven't yet found your ikigai, don't worry. Most people will revisit this exercise and re-look at it multiple times before they find the perfect ikigai for themselves. So do it. You'll find the one that fits you, your market, and you'll fine-tune into the perfect thing. So yeah, just come back to it and do it again if you struggle with this. So in this process, you might have also learned something new about yourself or the niche market you're going to pick that completely changes the way you view this whole thing. All right. So one thing I want to do, I'm going to end off. That's it for the training portion of this. But what I want to do real quick is also show you how you can use tools like ChatGPT to help you find your ikigai. Okay. So let's say you made your list at the beginning and you obviously should know what you love. You should know what you're good at, and you should be able to do some research on what the world needs. But one place where people sometimes struggle is in what the world will pay for. And so I'm going to show you a quick little exercise you can do with ChatGPT that will actually answer that question for you. So you ready for that? Let's go back to screen share. I'll pull up ChatGPT. And I've got a little prompt I'm going to share with you that we're going to be using. We'll go over here. So we're going to use ChatGPT to do this. And I've got some prompts here. And here's the first prompt that we are going to use. And I'll read it aloud before we use it here. But it's, you're an expert in business and market research. Please help me use the concept of ikigai to find a new business market that I could earn substantial profit in. I need you to evaluate my lists and help me come up with what you can be paid for, part of the concept. Here's a list of the other 3 points of ikigai that relate to me, and we're going to put it in. So let's copy that. We'll go to ChatGPT, and just for fun with the live audience, what are some of the things that you guys love? Give me some things you love. Put that in the chat. We'll fill this out together. We'll do this experiment live with the audience together. Tell me what are some things that you love. We'll do a blend. We're going to find the ikigai for the whole audience as a hive mind. All right. So let's give that a shot. Pop in here and tell me what are some things that you love. Okay, good. We have playing music. So we'll put that in there. Okay. Give me some more. I need a few more than playing music. Travel. Okay. That's a good one. We'll do travel. Let's see. Helping people earn extra income. Trading the markets. Okay, I'm going to put that in. And that's enough for this one. Okay. Now, let's come up with what are some things the world needs? Well, I just happen to know that people need better health, more wealth. They need, let's see, what are some, we're looking at what does the world need? So let's think of some other thing. We got health, wealth, and I'm going to say great relationships. And this is pretty generic, okay? And then what are you good at? So I see a few people saying here, here's one is golf, self-help. Let's try improving relationships. Okay, I'm going to go with this. So we're just going to submit this, and we're going to get a mishmash of responses from the audience. But let's see what ChatGPT has to say. So the thing that is pretty cool is that ChatGPT is familiar with this concept. It knows ikigai, and it knows how to apply it. So it's actually going to coach you now. It's actually going to give you some nice places where there's intersect. So it's going to actually coach you through the process as you do this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to let it, network error. Let's regenerate. Okay. For some reason, ChatGPT did an error. So we're going to let it rerun. So while it's rerunning, we have a second prompt that we're going to be following up with. And that is, now help me expand this for use in a digital online course business. Okay. And you can change this portion right here to be an online e-commerce physical product store. It could be a service business. It could be this part you can change into whatever kind of business you're interested in making. Just so happens that I know a lot of people who are watching this are interested in building online course businesses. So we're going to go with that one for our little example here. Okay. So ChatGPT is still talking. It's interesting. See, it's giving us ideas for each niche. It's giving us the market viability about whether people are interested in paying for it. It's pretty cool. And then here it's even giving us next steps. This is what we might consider. Okay. So when it's all done, we're going to paste that follow-up prompt in the same window. It must be in the same window. And we're saying, now help me expand this for use in whatever kind of business you want. I'd like to sell access to an e-learning course. Please use the above and my Ikigai information to guide me on 7 possible courses I could create. Okay. So this, you can modify this a little bit depending on if you're trying to do a different thing than an e-learning course or a digital online business. So just explain a little bit about what kind of business you're trying to create and then submit it. And for this, I recommend using GPT-4. It gives you the best results, but GPT-3 can also give good results. 4 is significantly better, but 3 is still good when you're using this tool. So music-infused self-help and motivation. That's interesting. Holistic wealth building beyond finances. Travel hacking. That's kind of cool. Make the world your classroom. I like the sound of that. That's kind of cool. Creating and managing wealth in relationships. The entrepreneurial musician. Monetizing your passion. It's funny. There's a market I've been looking at lately, which is people teaching musicians how to use social media and YouTube. So that actually fits that. It's a market I've actually been studying. So there you go. So this is a phenomenal tool. Think of ChatGPT as like your consultant for Ikigai, and you can ask it, you prime it, you get a question, a chat started, you prime it with the information from that first prompt, and then you just chat with it from this point. We can continue to ask it questions about, are there any other ideas related to music that it could tell you? And it will just give you a new list and it'll guide you. You could say, maybe can you share more ideas related to, holistic wealth, whatever that is. Each thing you can ask it, prompt it further, and have a little discussion. I find this is an interesting phenomenon, right? When I'm sitting across from someone and I get a chance to communicate my ideas and someone listens to me and gives me like some counter thoughts and counter ideas, it helps my own thinking. Like it does something magical to my thinking to have another person to be able to have an exchange of ideas. And you can actually let ChatGPT kind of be that other terminal for you, right? The other person to bounce that two-way back and forth. And you can ask it opinions and ideas, and for data, it's really, really good at that. And so by experimenting with the concept of Ikigai mixed with a little bit of AI, you will find the perfect niche market and you will make the optimum amount of profit combined with being fulfilled. And the most important part is you'll be able to stick with it for the long haul. If you jump into a niche market you don't care about, chances are you're going to quit. And let me tell you, building a successful digital business is not easy. I don't care what the get rich quick scheme gurus and all the people that talk about, overnight easy riches. It does take persistence. It does take being willing to face adversity. You're going to have problems. You're going to have tech issues. You're going to have marketing issues, and you're going to have to solve these things, persist, and keep moving forward. That's the true path to success. And in that path, You need to be in the right niche market, or you will just quit, and then you will never win and you will never make the profit you're looking for. So hopefully this content was useful. If it was, you'll see down below, hit that like button and give the channel a subscription. We're releasing content all the time, all throughout the week. I release the best content on building a business online. Whether you want to grow an existing business that you have or you're trying to start a new one, we're releasing content all the time on this channel. So give us a subscribe and we'll see you next time. Okay, so that's it for the segment we just recorded. And now I'm going to kick it to the live audience. I think you guys had a lot of questions. So producer Nick, are you out there? Let's see.
Yes, I am.
Hey, there he is. So has chat been busy? I've been had a chance to really pay attention while I've been talking.
Yeah, lots of engagement.
Cool.
Yeah.
So let's have your questions about Ikigai or about picking a niche market or anything we've talked about at all. We'll keep questions on topic for the moment. So pop those questions or commentary. If you liked something I said, you want to talk about that. Whatever you've got, questions, commentary, we'll do it on topic related to this segment, and then we'll move on to the next bit of training for today in just a moment. And so did we have any questions?
Yeah, we had a few. So here's one from Lisa. It's kind of a long one. And she says, I think the niche should be something you are interested in. But what if you don't know what you're good at? Or if you know what you are good at, but you don't know how to monetize it?
Well, the important thing is that it's able to be monetized. So we'll start with answering that part of the question first. So if you're good at something or you have an interest in something, it's whether or not it's possible to monetize it. As far as how do you do it, well, that's where people like me come in. I will help you with that. I will teach you how do you write the right kinds of, sales copy to sell that thing. How do you use email marketing and other ways of getting traffic? So, from whether you learn from me or some other coach or mentor, that's where we come in to help you with that missing ingredient. But the important thing is there proof out there that it is selling? So if it's something that you're good at, if there are people out there currently selling ebooks and courses or physical products or services or something, that things are being sold, of what you're good at, well, that's the proof you need. And then as far as how to market it, that's the skill that we're going to help you with. And the other part of the question was, what if you don't know what you're good at? And that's where that exercise that I mentioned in the training was. Think about if you've ever been praised for something you're good at, or is there something that you have done or created or completed that you feel proud of? So that's just a point of kind of self-reflection of what are things that you have created or done that you're proud of, or people tell you that you're good at. Try that, and that might help. Jog some of those memories. Yeah. Next question.
Yeah, someone wants to know, is it better to use ChatGPT 3 or 4?
It's definitely better to use 4. 3 will work, but 4 is much better, especially at this kind of like conversational consulting, talking back and forth. ChatGPT 4 is really good at that. So if you've got it, use 4.
And then someone says, isn't there GPT-5 now?
It's not out yet. But there are other tools. Like I'm talking about ChatGPT, but really there are other tools. I mean, Google's got their tool. There's one that I really like called Claude by a company called Anthropic. So it's a Claude 2 is another one. Claude 2 is not available all over the world. I know they're in the US. I don't know what other countries it's available in currently. And Claude 2, you can get access to for free. I think it has some limitations, but and then, Google has their version as well. Yeah, so there's no shortage of AIs to talk to these days. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Next question.
Yeah, and someone wants to know what's the cost of GPT-4?
So you can use ChatGPT. I think they still have a free tier, but if you need to pay to upgrade, I don't even remember. I think it's like $19. Nick, I don't even know. Do you know?
Yeah, it's 20.
It's 20. Okay. Yeah, let me see. We'll see what I'm paying for it. Yeah, it's $20 a month. Okay. So that's for the paid. And do they still have a free version? I think they do.
They do, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I upgraded to the upgraded version a long time ago and then kind of forgot all about it. All right. Any other on-topic questions before we wrap up this segment and move on?
There's a question on the challenge. Did you want to wait till we're done with the next segment, or should I ask you now?
Let's wrap up questions on this, and then I'll answer the challenge question. So are there any more questions about Ikigai and niche markets? And then we'll do the challenge question.
Sure. Well, someone asked how it's spelled, and I dropped it in the chat. It's Ikigai, Ikigai.
There you go.
Yeah, I think for on-topic questions, we're caught up.
Okay, awesome. All right, well then, yeah, let's before we go to the next segment, let's answer the question about the challenge.
Yeah, they want to know how different or relevant is the 5-day challenge if you're already a PushButton member? Is this kind of trading already in the program?
Okay, so yeah, let me clarify this. So we have people that know about my challenge, and then we have other people that know about our software. So there's two things that we're actively selling today. One is we have a whole software platform called PushButton AI, and it is a done-for-you solution. So you log in and you just answer a couple of questions, and then the AI builds your whole business for you. It builds your courses, your squeeze pages, your sales pages, your email sequences. It writes your ads for you, makes your logo, builds your website, launches the whole thing. It does a lot. So it does everything needed to launch your business, done for you, and then it puts it online. It even helps you pick a perfect domain name. So that's PushButton AI. That's the done for you element. Okay. In the challenge, I'm teaching people how to do that stuff themselves. Okay. So they're two distinctly different, but similar things in a way that ultimately the end product for each one is you get a digital course business launched online and ready to go. Right? That's the end product. The software does it for you. The challenge, I'm teaching how you do it. So if you'd like to learn, basically I'm teaching there's 177 steps that the AI is doing to build a business for you. And so in the challenge, I'm teaching what those 177 steps are. That's probably a good way to explain it. So some of you in PushButton AI, maybe you want to know this information. Well, you can sign up for the challenge. Many of you probably don't care because you have a push-button solution and you just go answer a question and it builds you a business, and you don't really care. You don't want to know about the 5-day challenge and all that goes into it. You don't want to know how the sausage is made, right? As they say. But for everyone else, if you want to learn how to build a business using AI tools step by step, then I'm going to teach you that in the challenge. Hopefully I didn't confuse people even more, but there you go. So if you are interested in the challenge, it is closing tonight because we start tomorrow. We're starting tomorrow. So if you want to become part of the challenge and join in with me for 5 days while we work each day, you'll get a lesson and an assignment. So you'll actually, it'll take about an hour. We'll spend about an hour together, and then you'll go off and you'll do that day's action. We're going to do that 5 days in a row, or we're going to break for the weekend, but we're doing that over 5 days. And yeah, that's how we're going to do it. So if you want to be part of the challenge, which starts tomorrow, then you need to join now. That's at pushbutton.ai/challenge. Okay. And what we'll do now is we're going to take a very quick commercial break, and you'll learn all about PushButton AI in the process. And then we'll come back with the next segment. So here we go, off to commercial break. We'll be right back after these messages.
The presidents, celebrities, or characters in this video are all fake and generated by artificial intelligence.
The other day while I was resting my eyes, I woke up to find that I'd built an entire online business.
Really, Joe? How'd you manage to do that?
Well, you see,
Wait a minute, Sleepy Joe. Let me guess. You had PushButton AI do all the work, didn't you?
That's right, Donald. It found me a fantastic domain name, built out a complete site, set up my shopping cart so I can get paid, and even wrote an entire email sales campaign for me, all while I was napping.
Well, I've been using PushButton AI too. And believe me, my new business, it's huge. The best. So much winning, you wouldn't believe.
This push-button AI sounds phenomenal.
Oh, it is. It's almost as genius as I am.
But with better hair, no doubt.
Guys, all this talk is boring to me. What everyone needs to do is click the link of this video and go to the masterclass to see how to use this powerful technology to build their own profitable online business.
Well, if Elon says it, it must be worth a shot.
You're right, Barry. Everyone should click the link right now.
I can't believe I'm going to agree with Joe, but this masterclass sounds like it's going to be huge. Absolutely terrific. The best masterclass ever given, probably.
Okay, guys, how about we hit that link? Time is money.
All right, back from break, and some people are still seeing YouTube ads, so we'll give everybody a moment. Those of you who are out in YouTube ad land, you'll be back in just a moment. And then we'll move on to the next segment. So there you have it. That was a little bit of info about PushButton AI. You know, of course, you know, if you know that if Joe Biden endorses it, it must be good, right? And Trump and Obama, if all three can actually agree, boy, it must be good, right? So you can learn more about PushButton AI if you're interested in the done-for-you software solution that uses AI to literally build and launch an entire business for you. Yeah, you can find out more about that at pushbutton.ai/demo. Okay, good. All right, well then we're going to move on to the next segment. And so we're going to be talking about 3 ways you can get your first customer fast. That's the whole point. So we'll be doing that as the next segment. Then we'll do some on-topic questions. Then, of course, I'm going to open it up to Q&A about anything I can do to help you with your business. So whether you're starting your first business or you want to grow your existing one, if you have questions about sales tactics, copywriting, email marketing, advertising, any kind of traffic generation strategy, all of these things are topics that I can help you with. And if you don't know about me, my background, I have been doing this, building digital online businesses for over 2 decades. And I have generated over $100 million in revenue through my various businesses over that time. And so with all that hard-won experience, you know, maybe a little bit of luck tossed in, but it enabled me to learn what works and what doesn't. And now it's my mission to help you with some of that knowledge, some of that hard-won experience. And so we'll be doing your questions at the end of the show. Okay, cool. And let's get prepped for the next segment. Make sure my little teleprompter thingy is ready. There we go. And what we're going to be talking about specifically today is how to get customers without spending a bunch of money. You know, I talk quite a bit about advertising, paid ads as a source to start and grow and increase your business. But paid ads aren't for everyone. Some people want an alternative, whether it's because of budget reasons or they're not comfortable, if someone logs into the Google ad platform and they're just very confused, they're not comfortable with trying to do that. So I wanted to give kind of some alternatives to paid advertising. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. And some of what we're going to talk about, they really are kind of old school tactics, but boy, do they work. And I think people don't appreciate them enough. Okay, cool. Okay, good. So I see a question from Lisa. So Lisa, I would recommend that you reach out to our tech support and they can get you sorted out. So you can reach them at help@pushbutton.ai. So help@pushbutton.ai, and they'll sort you out and help you know exactly what you got and exactly what you need to do next. Okay, they'll definitely help you, and so they'll be waiting for your email and they'll get you all sorted out. All right, last little bit of content caffeine, and away we go. So again, I'm recording a segment. You might hear me do retakes. You might hear me make notes for my editor, but you get to be here along with me live, and then we'll do Q&A in just a moment. Here we go. In the world of business, it's usually pay to play, meaning you have to spend some money in order to make money. I'm sure you've heard a phrase like that. But the fastest growing businesses are the ones that can figure out systems that can take $1 in spend and turn it into $10 or more. But what if you don't even have to spend $1? Well, that's where this video comes in, because by the end of this little training, I'm going to have shown you 3 completely free strategies that you could use to get your very first customer. So if you're just starting out and you're looking for some guerrilla marketing ways, right? Which means like in the trenches, on the streets, how do you just apply some good old fashioned, clever hard work and get your business off the ground? That's what I'm going to be showing you. So let's get into it. First method we're going to talk about, method number 1, is cold email. Now, cold email, sometimes referred to as spam. I want to explain the differences here. I'm going to get into that in a moment. So cold email is something that is powerful, and it helps a lot of businesses. So you'd be surprised. Many large Fortune 500, Fortune 100, huge businesses actually use cold email to build their business. Now, let me show you a little graphic here. Let me just pull it up here. And let's see, is that the right one? Okay, here we go. So as you can see here, with this strategy, he was able to get a $500,000 investment from Mark Cuban for his company. And he was able to get $400,000 in sales in just 30 days from doing the same thing. Now, I've actually done business with me because they reached out to me through this channel. Now, as an example, out of the blue, from someone who I didn't know, never heard of them before, they cold emailed me, right? So they sent me an email. So somehow they got my email address and they knew I was a good target, a good market for what they were selling. They emailed me out of the blue and they engaged me in a conversation. Through that conversation, they realized that I was a good prospect, and I spent $15,000 with that company in one phone call, all coming from a cold email outreach. Okay. So there's an example of a real world example. And this just happened a few months ago where, again, a cold email to a $15,000 purchase. All in all, probably from the time I got the cold email to the time I invested was about a week and a half. So that's an example. Okay. So if you're unfamiliar with cold email, this is when you can find people's email that you think would be interested in the product you're selling. So this is different than, I'm not advocating randomly spamming all kinds of people in massive volume. That is not what we're talking about. Instead, you're going to compile a very targeted list of people who could be interested in what you have. Whether you're trying to get initial investments into a startup and in your brand new business, or you're trying to get off the ground and get started with your first few sales, we're going to find a targeted list of exactly who wants to do business with you. And then you basically send them an email. You make it very informal. It doesn't have to fit any specific strategy. It should be informal. It should be targeted. And you should spend a little bit of time making sure that you know who you're talking to and customize that email. Might be something like, hey, I noticed that you're interested in organic pencils. I'll just make that up. I have a product that helps you create organic pencils for cheaper than ever, right? Would you be interested in learning more about that? Just an open-ended question. And what we're not going to do is we're not going to spam thousands of people and stick a link saying, hey, go buy my thing. Here's a link. We're tailoring this to targeted prospects, asking them to engage with us first, asking a question so that they will reply back and open up the channel of communications. Now realize most of your emails are not going to get replies. So if you send 100 emails, you might get 1 to 5. If you're really, really good, you might get 10 responses. Okay. And then out of those, you'll be lucky if one of them, maybe 2 of them could turn into a sale. Okay. So the strategy here is you have to be consistent and you have to keep going over time. Don't expect to send 10 emails and make a fortune. You're going to have to keep sending. Okay. There are some key things that you need to remember when sending cold emails. First, got to stay out of spam. Okay. Now, this is easier than you might think. If you're using a good email sending platform, there's some basic things you need to do. And if you're using a good reputable source to send emails, all the technical stuff is usually just handled for you. But you're going to want to write your emails in terms of what you say in them in a way that won't land in spam. And so to avoid specific words and phrases that are going to get you in spam, I recommend you use a free tool that we use, frankly, here from a company called Mail Meteor. So we'll actually drop a link to that. I'll put it down below the video, a link to Mail Meteor. They have a spam checking tool, and that will actually help you for free. It's a free tool. You don't even have to log in, and it will help you write your emails in a way that are spam friendly, I guess we'll say. So the other thing I want to tell you is you don't want to send more than 30 emails per day per mailbox. Okay. And if you have a single domain name, don't send more than 90 emails per day per domain. Okay. If you need to do volume, that means you're going to have multiple domain names and multiple mailboxes. Okay. So you can see what I'm advocating is a targeted approach. It's targeted and it's consistent. So we're not going to go out and just start cold spamming millions of people. What we're going to do is we're going to have a targeted list. We're going to send 30 emails per day maximum per mailbox. And if you're just getting started, I would start lower and slowly ramp up your sending. So I would start at, say, 5 a day and then increase that over a period of 2 to 3 weeks. And then don't ever exceed doing 30 per box per day. Okay. So also you can warm up your mailbox if you want to. There's services actually out there. If you have a brand new mailbox that you just spun up, and as you start to email places, Gmail and the other service providers have never seen you before, they're going to be suspicious. You can use tools. There's a ton of warm up tools out there. You can look up Instantly, for example, as an example of one. Okay. 2, when you send these emails, you need to personalize them. So this is not, again, a set it and forget it spamming tool. You want to tailor your email to the person you're sending it to. You want to address them by name. You want to demonstrate that you have done a little bit of research and that person is a target for what you have to offer. Personalized emails are going to have higher open rates, you're going to have higher response rates, and they help differentiate you from a spammer who's just randomly blasting junk to them. Okay. Now, 3rd, you want to find the right email addresses. You don't just want to get random lists or go buy a list or do something like that. You actually want to find email addresses of people who would be interested in what you've got. So to find these, there are all kinds of sales prospecting tools. So there's one called Lead Carrot if you're looking for local small businesses. There's another one called Apollo, Instantly. These are different options that you have. Apollo and Instantly go towards more business to business approach, whereas Lead Carrot will get you leads that are a bit more local, small business oriented. And Apollo and Instantly have free trials as well. Okay. And here, let's take a look here on my screen. So, okay, there is Mail Meteor. This is the spam checker tool I was talking about. It's really, really useful. You want to improve this until you get a great score. You'll notice that right now, this fake email here has a poor score. So if we come in and we change some of these words that are, I'm just going to delete them just to show you. So if you alter or change them, when you get a great score, then you're ready to go. Okay. And sometimes it can be hard to get a great score, but that's Mail Meteor. And of course, here's Apollo. This is one of they have a big suite of tools that help you find targeted prospects and send cold emails. And then we have Instantly here, which has a very similar set of tools that you can use that help you with cold email. Okay. Now, when you do it right, cold email is great, but it's 10 times more powerful if you combine it with the methods I'm going to show you next. Okay. The next one Method number 2 is cold DM, direct message or private message. And with this method, you're direct messaging people on the social platforms. This message, note for editor, we'll edit that out. This method is great for people who want to get their first customer, but you don't have a lot of capital, because I'm going to reshoot that again. Note for editor, we're going to reshoot. This method is great for people that don't have any money to spend on advertising, because sending messages to people in social media literally costs nothing. You just find their account and you reach out. So this is a great way to get your first customer, especially when used in tandem with other methods. So your marketing is going to perform way better if you're reaching out to customers on multiple channels. So if you're emailing them, you're cold emailing them, and then you're also direct messaging them. And maybe you may call them. We'll talk more about multi-channel marketing in a moment. So what happens if you cold email someone and then you direct message them saying, hey, I sent you an email. Did you get it? Well, your outreach suddenly, boom, goes through the roof, and it's likely to get you a sale. And just like cold email, this is a numbers game. Most direct messages are going to be ignored. Some might even get angry at you. Just move on and go to the next message. So you can do direct messaging on several different platforms. Twitter is a place that it can be really, really effective at. LinkedIn is another place it can be effective at. Instagram and a lot of other places. There are people making millions and millions of dollars only selling through direct message, cold direct messages. But again, combine that with cold email and you're going to have a winner. And then finally, let's talk about the third cold method of outreach, and that is cold calling. So this last method is just to cold call your prospects and close them over the phone. You can also use sales prospecting tools like Apollo to get phone numbers of people that you want to do business with. Now, this is most effective in business-to-business markets. So if you're selling services, software, training, or things that businesses or small businesses buy, this is highly effective. Now, this method might scare a lot of people, so it's worth trying it here because it can be super effective. And it works even better when you actually do the trifecta. You combine all three methods. So you do cold email, cold direct message, cold call. This combination will really set your messages apart. But first, you send out your cold email. Then you follow up with a message on LinkedIn or Twitter. Then finally, you call them on the phone to close them on your offer. Now, you don't have to be an expert salesperson. I'm not saying that you have to like arm wrestle them into a close on the phone. But if you just reach out to find out if they're interested and then send them a link to your sales materials. So if you have an online sales process with a sales video or a sales page, well, you just do a follow-up. So the phone call does not have to be high pressure where you're just calling someone like a telemarketer and you're somehow going to get on the first call and you're going to get them to give you $1,000. No. All you need to do is make them aware of your offer, make them aware that you direct message them, make them aware that you emailed them, follow up with a link, and then that can turn into a sale. Now, if you happen to be great at sales, set up a follow-up phone call and go for that close. But it does not have to be like crush selling telemarketing, right? You're just gauging, hey, do you think you'd be interested in our organic pencil manufacturing company? If they say, oh, yeah, that sounds intriguing. Oh, cool. Let me follow up with some information. I emailed you, but I'll email you one more time. And then let me know what you think. Cold call, light touch, not a lot of pressure, and then back off. So the other thing that you can do with this is all three of these strategies are outsourceable. I know this because I'm doing it right now today. So we have an army of outsourced personnel that are doing all of these strategies for us. They're all highly effective. And I'm finding particularly with cold calling, that's the one that most people are afraid of. So most people are anxious and nervous about doing outbound cold calling. So that means there's less competition for me, which is fantastic. So I probably shouldn't even be telling you this. because I'd like to keep the competition low. But it is by doing that cold call that really changes things for us. So when they get the call, even if they don't answer, even if they don't talk to my agent, they remember that we called, and they'll listen to the voicemail and they'll hear us tell them, oh, we reached out to you on Instagram. Go check your messages. We sent you an email. Reply back and let me know. So it is using this combination with the final multiplier being that phone call that then makes it work so well. And you can find people, we tend to hire in the Philippines. And so you can have workers in the Philippines doing these cold outreach steps for you. And it is incredibly affordable. So research that. A lot of the people that we hire them on onlinejobs.ph. So you can find out more. Just go to onlinejobs.ph. This is not a sponsored thing or a promotion for them. It's just, that's who I use. So you can check them out. And there you go. So these cold strategies are ways without a significant investment that you can begin to get results for your business. Particularly if you're any kind of business to business offer, this works really, really well for you. And on that note, if you got value out of this training, please give the video a like. You'll see down below. Give us a nice thumbs up, and then follow the channel, because we release content all the time where I help you drive traffic to your business, build your first business if you haven't built one yet. And I especially focus on how to use AI to quickly ramp up your profits. So follow the channel, give me a subscription, and hit that like button, and I shall see you next time. Okay, so that was our training today. And oh boy, the camera just went off. All right. I don't know if the camera overheated again. I thought we had fixed that, but apparently not. Stand by while I switch cameras. So we'll go old school Logitech webcam. A crooked Logitech webcam. So hey, I feel like I'm off kilter here. So let's see. I need to do something. There, we'll do that. And I'll tilt me over just a little bit. We're still a little crooked. That is going to have to do. All right. Well, thanks for hanging in there while we have been experiencing issues. I have this expensive camera we bought for doing the show, and it loves to overheat on me. So we're going to solve that problem. So now we're coming from a Logitech webcam today instead. So awesome. So now what we'll do is our traditional questions. So let's go to Q&A. Producer Nick, are you out there?
I am.
Any questions?
Yeah, we had a few of them roll in. This is a good one from Lisa. She wants to know, how do we know they would be a good prospect?
Well, you have to do that. Takes a little bit of logic, right? So let's think a little bit about what you sell. So let's say, I don't know, I'll use my silly example. I'm selling organic pencils. Okay. Who could possibly want organic pencils? You might look for businesses that are like eco-friendly businesses and reach out to them as an example, right? Let's say you're selling, I don't know, I sell marketing services. So let's say I help dentists get more clients. Well, then I know dentists are my potential clients, right? So that's a pretty simple example, but you just have to do the logic of who has the problem that you help solve, who has the goal that you help them achieve, who wants what you got. That's really the core thing. Yeah. And I keep looking at the old camera, whereas you guys are up there. So next question.
It looks like for this segment, that's I think we're caught up for this segment. There were 2 or 3 that rolled in for the last segment after we said last call. I could go back and touch on those if you want.
Yeah, we'll do a final call for questions on this topic, cold outreach. And strategies like I've talked about on this little segment. Let's do questions on target for those. And then that's it. That's final call for questions on this segment. And then producer Nick, hang on to those. We'll answer those. We're going to go to open questions in a moment. So just hang on to those, and then we'll answer those in open Q&A. So anything else come in related to cold marketing?
Yeah, Sophia wants to know, could you repeat the online place to find labor?
Yes, that is onlinejobs.ph.
I'm dropping a link in.
Yeah. We've hired a lot of people on that platform. And what I largely do as a hiring process, just a little tip, is I make the first round just something to see if they pay attention and follow instructions. So even if it has like sometimes I'll put weird things in my ads and I'll say, respond back and tell me your favorite color, or respond back and give me the answer to what is 6 + 1. And if they don't, then I know they don't read instructions and they didn't really read my ad. So we have a whole other hiring process that we use, but that's what I do at the beginning to weed out. Because you will find there are agencies out there that are just massively responding to your jobs and spamming everyone who's trying to hire that are not real. They're not real people. They're agencies. And so that's one way to weed them out. It's also a good way to weed people out who aren't paying attention. So, which I would rather not, I don't want to hire people and invest a lot of time and energy training them if they're very difficult to train and they don't pay attention. All right. Next question.
We had a contribution, and that contribution was other good ways to get sales and traffic is to 1, find affiliates, and 2, JV with someone that already has customers and email lists where your product is complementary. I
think that is amazing advice. And I forgot to turn off the ringer on my phone. So that is amazing advice. And in a funny way, that's a form of cold outreach because you have to cold outreach to recruit affiliates and influencers. In fact, didn't we do a segment on that? I feel like we did. Cool.
Well, it wasn't, that wasn't the segment, but we covered it in the segment.
Okay.
Yeah, it was, it's an old one actually. It was 4 ways to make an info product. And one of them was to collaborate with guests and get experts, subject matter experts to make the content for you.
Cool. Yeah. And we have let's see if I can fix the camera tilt with if I shove a pen under one side of it here. Let's see if I can, no, that made it worse. Okay, that's as good as it's gonna get, I think. Yeah, I don't usually broadcast with my webcam, so it's not set up to be perfectly oriented. Okay, good. Any other questions on topic?
Let's see. On topic, I think we're caught up. There are a few questions that are a little off topic, but for this specific segment, I think we are caught up.
Okay, cool.
Oh, didn't mean to do that.
All right, cool. Well, then what I am going to do now is we're going to take a really quick commercial break, and then we will be right back with more training and your questions. Those of you who are not yet a PushButton AI customer, then you need to check this out. And all you need to do is go to pushbutton.ai/demo, pushbutton.ai/demo, and you can get a live one-on-one appointment to get on Zoom and see this powerful technology in action. And with PushButton AI, it will build an entire business from bottom to top everything you need, from your domain name to your logo to videos to audio lessons, an entire course that you can sell as your own, a 30-day email sequence that it writes. You can send a daily email for 30 days, all written by AI, and a whole lot more. It writes your sales page. If you're not sure how to write an expert sales page to convince people to buy stuff, it writes it for you. It writes a free report that you can give away to get subscribers to your list. It even creates and writes the opt-in subscription page to get people to subscribe to get the free report. And it goes on and on and on. It even writes your first 10 blog posts for you, and it can do so much more. Social media posts, ads, all of these things are done, and all you have to do is answer a couple of questions and push a button. Now, PushButton AI is not available to the public at the time of recording this video, and the only way to get in is by invite to our behind-the-scenes beta access. And during your live demo, we'll show you the technology. We'll actually work with you to actually map out an entire course that you could sell as your own. We'll outline the course with you together on the one-on-one Zoom call. And then if you so decide, if you're a good fit, you can come in, join our PushButton AI beta program, and be in business with that very course by the next day. Go to pushbutton.ai/demo to figure out if this powerful technology is right for you. You can register there. You'll book an appointment in the calendar. Be sure you show up. Our team will be very excited to meet you and show you how the tech works, outline your new course for you, and hopefully it's a fit and we can work together to launch your next business. All right, back on Logitech Cam 1. There we go. So, all right, we are back and we'll be doing some questions. Now, I think YouTube may have pushed out some ads as well. I usually try to time those when we take commercial breaks. So maybe just a moment while people come back from YouTube ad land, and be back with the stream. So at this point in the show, we're going to go to open questions. So if you have questions about the challenge, you've got questions about PushButton AI, you've got questions about any strategy, I can pull up your website and help you with your marketing. If you want some advice on your sales copy, I can advise you on traffic strategies. Let's say you're encountering a problem or a barrier in getting your business to the next level. I can help you with that. So at this point, let's flip to open questions, and it will go to you. So producer Nick,
Yep.
what kind of questions we got? Yeah.
Yeah, so we had a good question on niche selection.
Okay.
And, oh, I lost it. Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. So here's what they have to say. I'm a PushButton member, and I'm feeling stuck in choosing my niche. Couples, Thai massage versus how to cure issues and pains in the body. Looking for tips on how to proceed. Both meet Ikigai.
Then I would suggest, I mean, one thing too is if you want to ask, consult ChatGPT about some ideas about how to monetize those two niches. That might help guide your decision. So I would ask that. I do know that if people have pain, that is a very strong problem. And people pay for solutions to problems. So I do know that. The one thing about if you're helping people treat pain, you just want to make sure that you're not offering, you don't want people to think you're offering a cure or an alternative to pain medication that is like a prescription or something to replace, medical care or advice. I'm not a lawyer, but that's just an idea I wanted to convey over. I can't give legal advice, but just be careful about that. Yeah, so that would be my advice. Those are out of the two, I know the one with pains has probably got a stronger desire and a higher willingness of people to spend money if you have a good, legitimate solution. But yeah, consult ChatGPT and ask it for some ideas about both markets, and ask about which one, what are ways that are financially viable to help people in both of those markets. Next.
All right. This is a long one. And they say, in your experience, what do you suggest to create as an online course when I am very good to look at other people's businesses and do constructive advice and see other opportunities where they can leverage their existing business. To consult is just changing time for money.
Yeah, I would say that I would look at that from, and we've done a lot of training on the channel about this. So, you can look back in our earlier training, and producer Nick, if you can think of the video I'm about to talk about, you can link it in there. We've done a lot of training about finding problems and goals of a market. And what I like to do is I try to not have any preconceived idea about what my product is going to be. If I'm going to do a course and try to sell a course to a market, or any aspect of a service market, I start out with a blank slate and I look and see what are the biggest problems that market has. And what are the biggest goals? That's the other thing. Positive goals and negative problems. And you want one that have emotion attached to them, right? It can't be a light little, I'd like to, have a cleaner store, or I don't know, something silly like that. It needs to be something with emotion attached to it. So in your instance, what you might think about is the kinds of businesses that you help. What are the common emotional problems that they're facing that you help them solve? And you kind of make your course and make your business centered around those concepts. So what are those positive emotional goals or negative emotional problems that you can help people achieve and solve? And that kind of becomes what your course is about. And that's the reason people will spend money with you. So it's the only reason. The only reason people will give you money is if you can help them with the problem in some way or a goal. Otherwise, it's a very difficult challenge to sell something if you don't have a strong emotional problem or goal that you're helping them with. So there you go.
All right. So, this is a question about PushButton. They ask, can we use PushButton for courses only, or can PushButton also be used for affiliate marketing?
Yes, so courses and affiliate marketing, it can do both. So we have a type of a business that we can build, which is a lead generation business. In fact, there is a method, a way to use a course business to do affiliate marketing. So we call it the commission chain reaction, but it's a whole other topic. It's a whole business model in and of itself called the commission chain reaction. And I think we've covered that on the channel as well. But so either you make a course business that uses the commission chain reaction to make affiliate commissions, or you can build a lead generation site with PushButton. Either way, it can do affiliate marketing, and it's really, really good for it.
All right. So, someone wants to know, will ChatGPT work with the Opera browser?
Yes, it should.
Okay.
I use it in Brave myself, but I'm pretty sure it works in Opera. Yeah.
Yeah, it actually works in any browser because it's it's in browser. It's not something you download, so it can work on anything. Also works on mobile. They have an app.
Oh yeah, I use the iOS app for iPhones.
Yeah. So this is a good question.
What I love doing with the app, here, let me open it, is if you're on a paid subscription, this is interesting. So you can let me just make sure it's not on my headset. I got my volume up. So I do this a lot, just for random stuff. If I have a question, I don't know if a lot of people know about this, so I'll just show it real fast. You click on the little headset icon right there, and then she's just going to talk to us. And here, let me put it on my, hold on one second. There we go.
Sure, take your time.
Oh, and that's now it's just
Let
going
me know when you're ready, or if there's anything specific you'd like to talk about.
So you can just have a conversation with her. So I'll put her back on here, just like this. So, hi, can you help me pick a niche market for my business?
Absolutely. I'd be happy to help you brainstorm some niche market ideas for your business. To get started, could you tell me a bit about your interests, skills, or any particular industry you're leaning towards? This information can help narrow down the options to something that not only has potential, but also resonates with you personally.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested in couples massage, Thai couples massage. But one thing I'm particularly interested in is helping people with their different aches and pains they're experiencing. What are some ideas I could do with those?
That's a great starting point. Given your interest in couples massage, specifically Thai massage, and your focus on addressing aches and pains, here are a few niche market ideas you might consider. 1. Specialized pain relief Thai massage for couples. You could offer a specialized service.
Anyway, we won't go through the whole thing with her, but I have fun with that. So often if I'm sitting with my wife and we're like, if there's a topic of conversation that we're not sure of an answer or a concept, I'll start her up and we'll have a conversation with chat. And that's just ChatGPT. That's the mobile app. So you just click, see the little headset right there. And then you just get to have a conversation. So a little insight into what's coming. That's yeah. All right, back to questions.
Yes. I'm sorry. Right now I'm just scrolling up to make sure I didn't miss anything that might have been off topic for the first segment.
Sure. And then one thing too, I want to remind everybody that our challenge. So we have a 5-day AI challenge that starts tomorrow. So this is the final chance to join that. And to be part of it, you go to pushbutton.ai/challenge. So I should have a sticky chat with the link on it in the chat during the show, but that's pushbutton.ai/challenge. And this is it. This is the final chance to join that. It starts tomorrow. And over 5 days, I will show you how to use a variety of AI tools to build a new digital course business. So I'll be showing you how to use things like ChatGPT, but other tools as well. And I'll show you how you can put that all together into a course business that you can sell and make substantial profit with. And we'll do it in just 5 days. So each day we're going to meet. We'll have a little bit of training. It'll be about an hour, and then you'll go home. You'll leave the training with the task, one simple task to do each day for 5 days. And then you'll be able to build your business. So that is the challenge. And again, it's closing because we're starting up tomorrow. This is like a live interactive thing we're doing. So if you want to be part of the live experience, it starts tomorrow. You got to join today at midnight. The doors slam shut. So again, pushbutton.ai/challenge is where that's at. And then of course, if you want to use powerful AI technology that just builds you a business, you don't want to learn how to do it. You just want a button to push and let it build your business for you. Well, that's where PushButton AI comes in. And you can learn more about that by going to pushbutton.ai/demo. So you got 2 choices. Door number 1, learn from me step by step how to build a business with AI with tools like ChatGPT, Dolly, Midjourney, and others, or just push a button and let software just do it for you. And to find out more about that, you go to pushbutton.ai/demo. So those are the 2 doors available today for you to walk through. And then we'll go back to your questions.
This question's about the demo. They want to know, how different is the 5-day challenge if you are already a PushButton member? Is this kind of training already in the program?
No, this is something new. This is something new and different. Some of it is covered in the AI Profits course, but this is a very unique interactive experience with me for 5 days, where we're going to, be working on some very specific steps, like step by step on how to figure out your niche market, make sure you've picked the perfect one, how to decide what kind of a course that you could sell, how to outline that course, how to write that course, how to create a lead magnet to get people to come to your website and join your mailing list, how we're going to create sales pages together. Like, we're going to go step by step through the whole process. So if you'd like to learn that and you'd like to do that with me, then you should join the challenge. If you're happy to just push the button and let PushButton AI do it without needing to know all the stuff that goes on under the hood, right? So this are all the steps that PushButton AI literally does for our people. I'm teaching how to do it by hand. So I hope that clarifies it. So there you go. Next up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's a question from DE Production. Let me scroll back up and find it. He was reminding me to touch on that. And that question was, what is the best way to start a business with a push button course and newsletter? Do I monetize my course, as in sell it for $12 and give them a free newsletter, or charge for the newsletter and give them the course for free? How to monetize?
So I might be inclined to do something a little different. Like what we do is I have a newsletter and some kind of a free valuable download that I give away for free, right? To attract people to come to my, to join my ecosphere, right? Come into contact with me, learn about me, like come on in, they join our free newsletter, they get a free download, and then I try to sell them my other stuff. That's the approach that we're currently using. And that's what I would recommend. So you can make a course. And the funny thing is, PushButton AI is just, it just builds the tools. And you can put businesses together in different ways. So you can use PushButton AI to just have a pure lead generation business and just get leads and build a mailing list and then promote affiliate offers. You can use PushButton AI to sell courses. You can use PushButton AI to give courses away for free. Like there's all these different ways you can use it. So there isn't a one size fits all solution. So I just want to say that too, going in here, is that this is just one possible a way of using it out of dozens of ways you could use PushButton AI. But I would recommend give away something of value, just a free report or something, and have a newsletter. That's free, and then upsell them into a paid training course.
All right. And then Regina wants to know, what time will the challenge start tomorrow?
It's scheduled for noon Pacific time tomorrow. And I'm going to be emailing everyone, by the way. So I'm going to literally personally send out the invitation email for tomorrow's links. As soon as I get off the air and I'm off camera, that's actually the next thing I have to do. So you'll all be getting an email from straight from me in this keyboard right there.
All right. So George wants to know, this is about the challenge. He says, will recording last more than 5 days on the 5-day challenge to refer back to long-term?
So it's designed to be an interactive live experience. So it isn't a thing where you're buying an entire course that's just going to be there forever. So you'll join me, and then I will leave the replay video up for a short time. You also get cliff notes and other written materials. Those are yours to keep. But yeah, the videos are not going to just be left up forever. So that's how the challenge works. There are some upgrades that if you join the challenge, you can learn more about if you want more stuff. But that's how the challenge is designed to work. Yeah, it's more of an interactive experience where you actually do stuff together with me for 5 days, as opposed to like just a course that you can just come back to and do whenever.
So, this is from Marilyn, and she says, so in this case, would the newsletter be the free item or the newsletter an invitation to join subscription?
Yeah, so the newsletter, and so like, for example, we could use our newsletter. If you guys want to check that out, you can go look at, just go to pushbutton.ai / what is it, Nick?
Right.
Say that once more.
Pushbutton.ai / subscribe. I'll drop it in the chat.
Right, okay. So you can see an example. All right, that's free, what you're going to see there. So at pushbutton.ai / subscribe, there's a free newsletter, and we give away this thing that's like eight different tools that we use in my business and how to use them. Right, it's like a report / training. So we give that away for free. And then once you're on the list, we're going to promote to you a variety of paid things as upgrades. Right. So once you're on the list, we're we're going to email you with links to come watch YouTube videos and get content from us. And then every once in a while, you're going to be pitched a product or service, you know, and that could be a course, could be anything. Yeah, but in your case, it would be a course.
Yeah. And someone wants to know, how often do you publish your newsletter? Weekly, bi-weekly? Yeah.
So we do an issue once a week, and then we do send emails out periodically in between. So every Friday, the newsletter issue comes out. And what do we send? Maybe 2 messages a week out in addition to that, something like that?
Yeah, 2, 3. Every time we're live, and then when a video goes up, and we're doing, 2, 3 videos a week.
Cool.
And this is a question about the challenge. She says, are you doing the challenge trainings live? Noon cuts into the day when other meetings are happening.
They will be live, but the recording, the replay will be left up for a minimum of 24 hours. But like we're going to leave them up over the weekend. Just because if you were here earlier, I was talking about taking a break over the weekend so everyone can, enjoy the Super Bowl who wants to do that. And then we're going to pick things back up on Monday. So sessions 1 and 2, we're going to leave the replays up through the weekend, and then they'll come down. And then each one after that will be left up for 24 hours.
All right.
And then everyone in the challenge is also going to have access to get help from us throughout the challenge. So you'll be able to contact us through the support desk and get guidance and advice and help through the whole challenge as well. And that's it. You can do that at any time.
Okay. And I was just real quick skimming the earlier stuff to make sure I didn't miss anything. And I can't find anything. So if I accidentally missed your question, just remind me and I can scroll up and find you.
All right, cool. Then what we'll do next is I'll remind everybody about the challenge. So if you would like to learn the proper way to use AI to build a profitable business today, and in what I think is the most lucrative opportunity of using AI to quickly get a business up and running, then you should join the challenge. And I'm using what I learned from this guy right there. So this is a book about how he sold his first 100 million books 105 years ago. So E. Haldeman Julius. So we're going to be talking about him and his strategy of how he made so much darn money 100 years ago without the technology we have today. So we're going to borrow his strategy, mix it with AI step by step, and I'm going to show you how to launch your business in just 5 days. So that's all going to take place during the challenge. And how you join me is by going to pushbutton.ai/challenge. You can head there now and become part of it. And this is not some kind of like fake marketing weird stuff where I tell you it's closing tonight and it's gone forever. And it's not, we're really starting. It's live. I join you each day live, and I'll be doing that with you. And the challenge starts tomorrow. So you have to get in now if you want to be part of it. So if you want to be able to join our first session, you need to join before midnight tonight, or that's it. You won't be able to get in. So head on over, pushbutton.ai/challenge. Join now so you don't miss out. I don't want you to look back tomorrow and go, darn it, I wish I would have joined, because we'll be live and we'll have started without you. I don't want that to happen. So, and then on that note, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we'll come back with the final round of questions. So ask me anything. If there's anything I can do to help you with your business, you want some advice on a niche, maybe you need some help driving traffic, whatever it might be, ask me anything, and we'll be right back after this quick commercial message.
You can now launch your own online business with the click of a mouse. Sounds crazy, right? Guess what? It's now possible thanks to our game-changing AI software that's helping beginners build a successful online business. If you have tried and failed at building an online business, or you've got no idea where to start, there is good news for you. We are entering a new exciting era of AI, and I'm here to teach you how to use it to build and grow an online business. Because I'm handing you a blueprint, a business in a box powered by AI, and it's called PushButton AI. Imagine a tool so smart it does all the heavy lifting for you. Builds an info product business, sets up hosting, launches the website, and even crafts engaging email sequences. Here's the thing. This isn't like anything else out there, and this is based on what's working right now. PushButton AI is based on my experience of generating over $100 million over the last 20 years and helping over 81,942 customers build and grow their own online businesses. If you'd like to find out more about this, register now and dive into my free live demo to uncover strategies and traffic tricks that will pivot your business and skyrocket your online business from surviving to thriving. Imagine what your life would look like today if you bought Bitcoin when it was $1. You now have the same opportunity with PushButton AI since nobody else is doing this. Don't miss out this time.
All right, and we're back to Logitech Cam 1. And YouTube is doing its commercials now as well, so we'll give everybody a moment to come back from YouTube ad land, and then we will do the final round of questions, and then wrap up for the day. So, Producer Nick, did anybody have anything to ask while we were away at commercial break?
Yes. Well, someone reminded me I missed their question earlier, and they say, I'm a PushButton member, and I wanted to know where I can find in-depth training on how to embed an affiliate offer in your course lesson.
I'm trying to think with that specific thing where to point you out at, but what I would recommend, email help, then they'll get your point. I don't know off the top of my head the exact lesson to send you to, but if you email help, they will take care of you and get you pointed at the right lesson. So help@pushbutton.ai. And then if there's not a lesson in there for you, we'll make one. But I can't think off the top of my head where that lesson is. There's quite a bit in the training area. So, but they'll be able to dig in and find it for you.
All right. And Gigi wants to know, would you also do an ebook series bi-weekly or monthly? Or what is the best frequency for an ebook series?
Well, if you want to have your customers paying you monthly, I'm assuming that's what you're looking for, then you could do a monthly ebook series. And then, yeah, I would say monthly would be what you would do. That's if you want to be charging for a monthly recurring subscription. So that would be my recommendation for that particular scenario.
All right. And this is a good one. How is your software for selling physical products and membership groups?
Well, for selling physical products, we have a version of the software that does lead generation. So we build lead generation sites to attract and get people to join our mailing list, who we can then sell anything to, physical products or otherwise. So that is that, and PushButton AI can build those. That's our lead gen business that it can build. If you want to sell digital courses and trainings, it can also build a course business. So it can do either one. There are two different business types that it can build for you. And yeah, it can do either one. Are you a PushButton member yet? If you're not, what I would recommend to you, by the way, is if you want to kind of get a much better understanding of what PushButton AI can do for you, then I'd book a demo. And what we'll do is we'll jump on, we'll show you on screen, it'll be Zoom. We'll show you on screen how it works, what does it do. We can consult with you a little bit to see if it fits your scenario, if it's the right solution for you. And then what we'll even do is the team will prepare a marketing plan for you. So we'll help you kind of brainstorm out what your business could be. We'll show you how PushButton AI can help you, or maybe it can't. If it's not the right tool for you, we'll tell you that too. And then at the end, we're going to give you a complimentary marketing plan that is specifically tailored and designed for you. So that's all. And you can get all that by going to pushbutton.ai/demo. That'd be my recommendation. If you want to find out if PushButton is the right solution for what you're trying to do. All right, next up.
Okay. A question on the challenge. How long do I have access to the replays? I bought the upgrade.
I I don't remember on the upgrade. It's whatever the upgrade said. I'll have to pull it up and see. I will recap that on day one of the challenge. We'll go through what everyone has gotten, depending on what what you purchased. It's whatever it said on that page. I don't remember off the top of my head, because there are 2 upgrades. Each one had a different scenario. So, but I'm going to bring all that up. I'll explain it to everybody depending upon which level you bought at and what you own, what you're going to get. Also, everyone will be getting an email from me in just a little bit. And what's going to happen is each day you're going to have a unique link. Every day you'll have a unique link to come and join me live. So it isn't like just a members area that you log into. It's a live experience, and every day you'll have a unique link to come and join me live. There'll be a live chat running alongside the screen, much like we have on YouTube now. Yeah, so that's a unique live experience. And then each day as the written materials are created, you'll be provided the link for those as well. So there's a variety of written documents and materials that are being prepared. We do the live thing first, and then my team comes in and they'll go through the live training, and then they create the written materials, which are transcripts and cheat sheets and things like this, checklists and guides. And if depending on what you purchased, you'll have access to those as well. And so each day you'll get a link to join me live. Then there'll be a follow-up link with all your written materials each day. So that's how that's going to work. All right. And what else we got?
This is an interesting question. Is doing a TED Talk still a good way to demo credibility, or is this obsolete?
I think it still has credibility. This is just opinion for what it's worth. I think it is less. It's not quite the same because it's, there's the TED Talks, then the TEDx Talks, and there's like all these different versions of different things. And I think it has less effectiveness, but it's still worth doing. Yeah, if you can do a TED Talk, that does help credibility. It still is a booster. Yeah.
All right. And so Leo says, and I'm not quite sure what in specific he's referring to, but he says, I have a second person with me. How do I set up that second person?
If you want them to join in a unique separate link, when we email you, there'll be instructions on how to do that. So you'll get your personal link, and then there'll be instructions on if you want to invite a spouse or partner, how you do that. It'll say right in the email. So, and it'll be really easy. They'll just go to a link, they give us some information, and then they'll be right in. Yeah.
All right. I think we're all caught up.
Cool. All righty. Well, then on that note, we're going to be heading out. I want to thank you for spending some time with me today. And for everyone in the challenge, I'll be seeing you all tomorrow. But yeah, and a final reminder that if you haven't yet followed the channel, you want to subscribe. You'll see down below. We do these live sessions and we release content all throughout the week. So you'll learn all about different advertising strategies, how to drive traffic to your website, search engine optimization, how to build businesses, research businesses, everything that goes into starting or growing a digital business. We cover it here on the channel. So make sure you subscribe. Again, link down below. And if you did get value today, tap that like button. It does help the channel out so that it lets YouTube know that this is worthwhile content, and it will help us get the word out about the channel, and we'll have a bigger and bigger and bigger community. We just started this channel a few months back, and we're steadily growing it, and we would like to build quite a large community centered around digital entrepreneurship. So that's our goal. And if you like the channel, you help us achieve that. So I want to thank you once again for spending some time with me. And producer Nick, thanks for all your help today.
Yeah, of course.
All right, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.
Oh, you know what? One more thing.
Yeah.
There was a video that we pushed out just this morning. The next thing you guys should do is to check it out. I'll link it in the chat.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, over to today's YouTube video. So producer Nick will share it in the chat. Go check it out. And I'll be hanging out in the chat for just a minute or two more. And with that, we'll see everybody next time. If you who are not yet a PushButton AI customer, then you need to check this out. And all you need to do is go to pushbutton.ai/demo, pushbutton.ai/demo, and you can get a live one-on-one appointment to get on Zoom and see this powerful technology in action. And with PushButton AI, it will build an entire business from bottom to top. Everything you need, from your domain name to your logo to videos to audio lessons, an entire course that you can sell as your own, a 30-day email sequence that it writes. You can send a daily email for 30 days, all written by AI, and a whole lot more. It writes your sales page. If you're not sure how to write an expert sales page to convince people to buy stuff, it writes it for you. It writes a free report that you can give away to get subscribers to your list. It even creates and writes the opt-in subscription page to get people to subscribe to get the free report. And it goes on and on and on. It even writes your first 10 blog posts for you, and it can do so much more. Social media posts, ads, all of these things are done, and all you have to do is answer a couple of questions and push a button. Now, PushButton AI is not available to the public at the time of recording this video, and the only way to get in is by invite to our behind-the-scenes beta access. And during your live demo, we'll show you the technology. We'll actually work with you to actually map out an entire course that you could sell as your own. We'll outline the course with you together on the one-on-one Zoom call. And then if you so decide, if you're a good fit, you can come in, join our PushButton AI beta program, and be in business with that very course by the next day. Go to pushbutton.ai/demo to figure out if this powerful technology is right for you. You can register there. You'll book an appointment in the calendar. Be sure you show up. Our team will be very excited to meet you and show you how the tech works, outline your new course for you. And hopefully it's a fit and we can work together to launch your next business.
The present, celebrities or characters in this video are all fake and generated by artificial intelligence.
You know, the other day while I was resting my eyes, I woke up to find that I'd built an entire online business.
Really, Joe? How'd you manage to do that?
Well, you see,
Wait a minute, Sleepy Joe. Let me guess. You had PushButton AI do all the work, didn't you?
That's right, Donald. It found me a fantastic domain name, built out a complete site, set up my shopping cart so I can get paid, and even wrote an entire email sales campaign for me, all while I was napping.
Well, I've been using PushButton AI too. And believe me, my new business, it's huge. The best. So much winning, you wouldn't believe.
This PushButton AI sounds phenomenal.
Oh, it is. It's almost as genius as I am.
But with better hair, no doubt.
Guys, all this talk is boring to me. What everyone needs to do is click the link of this video and go to the masterclass to see how to use this powerful technology to build their own profitable online business.
Well, if Elon says it, it must be worth a shot.
You're right, Barry. Everyone should click the link right now.
I can't believe I'm going to agree with Joe, but this masterclass sounds like it's going to be huge. Absolutely terrific. The best masterclass ever given, probably.
Okay, guys, how about we hit that link? Time is money.
You can now launch your own online business with the click of a mouse. Sounds crazy, right? Guess what? It's now possible thanks to our game-changing AI software that's helping beginners build a successful online business. If you have tried and failed at building an online business, or you've got no idea where to start, there is good news for you. We are entering a new exciting era of AI, and I'm here to teach you how to use it to build and grow an online business. Because I'm handing you a blueprint, a business in a box powered by AI, and it's called PushButton AI. Imagine a tool so smart it does all the heavy lifting for you. builds an info product business, sets up hosting, launches the website, and even crafts engaging email sequences. Here's the thing. This isn't like anything else out there, and this is based on what's working right now. PushButton AI is based on my experience of generating over $100 million over the last 20 years and helping over 81,942 customers build and grow their own online businesses. If you'd like to find out more about this, register now and dive into my free live demo to uncover strategies and traffic tricks that will pivot your business and skyrocket your online business from surviving to thriving. Imagine what your life would look like today if you bought Bitcoin when it was $1. You now have the same opportunity with PushButton AI since nobody else is doing this. Don't miss out this time.
Bill McIntosh teaches AI non-stop. Success is his game, marketing's his fame. McIntosh, the marketing ace, follow his lead to the winning place. With AI become a spin, join him now, learn to win. Learn his way, don't delay. If you do, you'll make your fortune today.
If you who are not yet a PushButton AI customer, then you need to check this out. And all you need to do is go to pushbutton.ai/demo, pushbutton.ai/demo, and you can get a live one-on-one appointment to get on Zoom and see this powerful technology in action. And with PushButton AI, it will build an entire business from bottom to top. Everything you need, from your domain name to your logo to videos to audio lessons, an entire course that you can sell as your own, a 30-day email sequence that it writes. You can send a daily email for 30 days, all written by AI, and a whole lot more. It writes your sales page. If you're not sure how to write an expert sales page to convince people to buy stuff, it writes it for you. It writes a free report that you can give away to get subscribers to your list. It even creates and writes the opt-in subscription page to get people to subscribe to get the free report. And it goes on and on and on. It even writes your first 10 blog posts for you, and it can do so much more. Social media posts, ads, all of these things are done, and all you have to do is answer a couple of questions and push a button. Now, PushButton AI is not available to the public at the time of recording this video, and the only way to get in is by invite to our behind-the-scenes beta access. And during your live demo, we'll show you the technology. We'll actually work with you to actually map out an entire course that you could sell as your own. We'll outline the course with you together on the one-on-one Zoom call. And then if you so decide, if you're a good fit, you can come in, join our PushButton AI beta program, and be in business with that very course by the next day. Go to pushbutton.ai/demo to figure out if this powerful technology is right for you. You can register there. You'll book an appointment in the calendar. Be sure you show up. Our team will be very excited to meet you and show you how the tech works, outline your new course for you, and hopefully it's a fit and we can work together to launch your next business.
McIntosh teaches AI non-stop. Success is his game, marketing's his fame. McIntosh, the marketing ace, follow his lead to the winning place. With AI become a spin, join him now, learn to win. Learn his way, don't delay. If you do, you'll make your fortune today.